We are now joined on the phone by the University of Kentucky football coach Mark Stoops. Mark, how's the summer treating you?
Thanks, Matt. The summer has been very good. Got a little bit of time to spend some time with my boys and relax a little bit. But we've had a very busy June, as you know, following all the recruiting and camps and official visits. So it's been, very busy, but it's starting to slow down a little bit. The calendar builds in a little bit of time here for us coaches in July. So trying to take advantage of it, but I'm actually here in town and been at the office the past couple of days. I don't like to get too far away from our players. They like seeing me around there. So
you're a workaholic. You're like me. You can't get away. You're like me. You can't get away. I know how you are. But that's okay. But you are like that. You're somebody that even when you're gone, you can't get away from it, right?
No, in this position, you can't ever get too far away from it. No, you really don't. The cup is full, so to speak. You're taking on many different challenges, a lot of different things going on, and that's a good lead-in, just like this week, some of the topics have been going around, I'm sure with you, with the fans, and just different things come up, but, it's always busy.
Yeah, I found myself kind of in the middle of stuff, which that happens occasionally, but,
yeah,
the whole, okay, so let me just set the lead in for people who don't know. So
yeah.
You guys have done such an amazing job recruiting over the last, since you've been here. I mean, punched above your weight for a long time. And I think it leads to, with everything, people have expectations. And at this point in the year, you don't have as many commitments as you usually would. Got a big one yesterday. But there are people who sort of asking, okay, what's going on? And it's gotten to the talk about NIL. And I was, there's a lot of conversation about where is UK positioned in the NIL world? What does it need to do? What changes need to be made? From your perspective, is Kentucky in the world we're in today, not the world we were in yesterday or will be tomorrow, are we situated well with NIL? And if not, what do we need to do?
Well, there's a lot to pack into that question.
Okay.
Direct answer, Matt, and blaming nobody. Are we where we need to be? No. Simple answer, no. You are correct. Now, with that being said, we've had, I think, 50 different players, between 40 and 50 different players receive NIL deals. And top to bottom, everybody in our building, everybody in administration, has been very supportive of that. Educating, helping, everything they're allowing us to do. And at first, remember, it was very vague. This is a new world, and so this is all new.
Yeah.
And, you've heard me go on the record early on saying, I think we always want the players to receive money off their name, image, and likeness. I think the complex issues that come into effect that everybody in our league, with, the top of the food chain with Nick Saban on down, everybody is a little bit concerned about the pay for play, the collective, so to speak, and guaranteeing players money out of high school and all those things. I mean, that's technically illegal. Is it going on? Come on. Let's get our head out of the sand. Of course it's going on. I mean, there's been, our league has been, a league that has done things on the fringe for 100 years. You know what I mean? And so now, with making this completely legal, to essentially have a collective, we don't call it a collective because, at the University of Kentucky, we believe that word, that is illegal, to pay players to come there, right out of high. I'm always going to have this belief, Matt, that players are going to earn it here. I said that from the beginning. They're going to earn their way. We're going to earn it. We're not going to give it away. And, whether that's a roster spot, things of that nature. But, so I want to keep that hunger, and we're going to get the guys we're supposed to get. And we're going to have the same mentality we've always had. And so there's a lot that goes into it. But to answer your question, are we positioned where we need to be? No, we're not. No, we're not. Because, there are people in town here that are doing things with pre-funded endorsement marketing dollars that need to come from businesses. And I've kind of poked around it in different media sessions and things of that nature, but we do need people to step up. They do need to understand, and this is the second time I've gone on record in saying that, it is legal for them to step up and pay some of the people in town here, or I should say pay out an expense from their business to set aside pre- and future marketing deals to a fund, to a ledger, to people to put that aside and use that in the future for marketing. That is what the big thing is with recruiting.
Well, let me ask you about that. Let me ask you about that, Mark, because that's the specific thing that I want to go to.
Yeah.
So, as I get, I think everybody agrees that the sort of pay for play, come here and you get $9 million is illegal, and the NCAA says it'll crack down on it. We'll see if they will. But then there's this other thing where there's this like pools of money that can be put together to say, we're putting this together and we know we're going to use this, and that can kind of be used as this is going to exist. I've heard that that's kind of where we are a little behind. Do you agree with that, and how does that get fixed?
Yes, you are correct. We are behind, and we need people to understand that it is legal and it is okay. Listen, I don't want to break rules. I've been here 9 years. I've done things right. I've built this program the right way with a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and with a lot of sacrifice from our previous coaches. I don't want to I don't want to burn that down. And, our administration doesn't want to burn that down. Our boosters don't want to be. I have so much respect for our boosters and people that have earned their money the right way that I don't want to put a dark cloud over them because they're trying to buy players. But they need to understand that it is legal. They are allowed to do this. This is the world that we're in right now. And if anything, Matt, I'm saying it right now with you. You have a large audience, and people can, spread that message through what we're talking about right now. I'll step up and say that. Yes, we are behind, and yes, we need money, and we need set aside pre-marketing dollars for the future of the football program and all of our sports.
So let's say that I own a bit. Well, I do own businesses. So let's say that I own a business and I want to contribute to that. I say, I love UK football. They've done a great thing. I want to be a part of this. I want to have athletes endorse, et cetera. I think part of what I've heard from people is they don't even know what to do. Like, they don't know how to get in touch with these people. So what do I do?
Agreed. That's agreed. I'll tell you this. I don't want to get into specifics. I know there's people here in town that are doing it the right way, that have worked extremely hard, meeting with lawyers, meeting with people from the NCAA, meeting with anybody they can to make sure they're doing it legal and the right way. And so, I think who some of those people are. I would encourage you to have those people on to spread it out to maybe, we need to, market it better. But bottom line is that they need to hear from me that it is okay. And, if, others in our, administration or coaches want to, step forward, that's fine as well. But it is okay. It is legal. No, pay for play is not. But so also I want you to understand that but I think the narrative that UK is not supportive or not helping our players, that is wrong. We do help our players, and they are doing well, and some are doing better than others.
Do you think
the direct question you asked me is, are we behind in that, future marketing, set aside so people know we have, money that, they come here, do well, or, get opportunities that it's there? Yes, we're behind on that.
Yeah, that's what I want to get at. I've heard, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, I've heard that when it comes to the players that are actually here, Will Levis is doing an amazing job with NIL. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are. That's really not the problem. The guys that are here are sort of having success. That the problem is exactly what I think you hinted at the end. There are all these guys out there trying to figure out where to go to school. And even though it is illegal to say, take this, if you come here, you get this amount of money. That is illegal. I know it happens, but they're not supposed to be doing it. But there's also this, here's this pool of money. This is going to exist. Guys can get this. I want you to know this exists, and here it is. That's where we are not able yet to sort of say the things the others can in recruiting or at least in visiting. Am I right about that?
You are dead on. You are correct.
Okay.
And I don't understand, and I don't think anybody understands where, this is, people are going to, kind of police this. I have no clue. Because, I mean, and I swear I'm not trying to send a jab here. I'm not even going to indicate who I'm talking about. But, I mean, I'm playing against players that I know we're giving money, and that the school and the NCAA knows we're giving money, and we still play against them. I mean, under the table, not even above board like it is now. I mean, paying them on top of the table, you're allowed to do that now. But I'm talking about under the table, and so if they can't police it where you're giving people money under the table, how in the world are they going to police it when you're giving it on top of the table?
Yeah. Well, there's not a whole lot I guess you can do about that. So, and I'll finish with this because you've been very helpful talking about this.
Yeah.
If there, and we'll talk when you get off about at least one group we know that does this.
Yeah.
But do you, if I'm a business owner or just a rich booster and I kind of want to be a part of this, you're saying that if they contribute to or are part of a group that is able to sort of say, look, this exists for players when they get here and it's a concrete amount, that from your understanding that's legal and that's where Kentucky has to sort of step up?
Did you say that we told a player he was guaranteed X amount or no?
No, not guaranteed. Yeah. Just that this is – well, there was a video, Mark, of a school, I won't say which one, although everybody knows, where an assistant coach, there were people on a visit, and an assistant coach points up to these boosters and basically post these booster boxes and say, that money we were talking about, those are the guys up there that'll give it to you. And it came from their official account.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
That's fine.
I haven't seen the video. However, I'll say that's the kind of stuff this is not going to be policed. I don't really want to do that. I don't know whether that's legal or not legal.
Okay.
I'm telling you, yes, it is perfectly legal for people to have a business expense for future marketing expenses that use Kentucky athletes.
Gotcha.
And that we need that filter. I'm not trying to throw anything here, but there's been some very, one is Ryan. I have great respect for a friendship. And he, I think he came out publicly and said, yeah, we need $13 million to keep this roster in place. And then I believe James Franklin came back and said, well, 13, we need 14. I mean, don't quote exactly on that, but I'm just saying, well-respected, good coaches out there that are publicly saying, yeah, we need money. So I'm not going to sit on the bench anymore. I also was on the record 3, 4, 5 months ago saying, hey, listen, whatever it takes, I'm going to fight the fight.
Yeah.
I'm going to fight the fight. And
that's what I think people like.
And I'm going to fight the fight the best we can, and we're going to have the same, look. We're going to be the same tough, scrappy, physical football team that you always see, and we're not going to change. And, I want players that come here because they want to earn it. And, yes, I want to help them earn it. I want a fund there that has money. You know what I mean? I want them to be able to do it because they deserve that. But I want that same attitude. I don't want guys that want to hand out.
Understand. Well, Mark, thank you. That's been very helpful to sort of get us where we need to go, and we'll talk about some groups after you get off the phone.
You there?
So thank you. Yes, I'm right here. Mark, thank you for your time.
Hello?
Yes, Mark.
Hello?
No, we lost him.
Hey,
well, we were going to end it.
You there, Matt?
Yeah, I'm right here, Mark.
I'm sorry, you cut out on me. I'm on my
I was ending it. Don't worry. You've been very helpful. I really do appreciate your time.
Okay, thank you, Matt.
There you go. So there you go. That's and ultimately, now that he's not on the phone, I think that what you heard there at the end is a big part of what I was talking about. This issue of being open and adamant that businesses can fund these pools. They don't want to use the word collective. Fine. Pool. Whatever you want to use, right? Of money that not can be promised to kids because that's illegal, but can be said, this pool will come to people from this class of blah, 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 blah. I think UK in the administration part has been hesitant to say that can happen. I think boosters have asked the university, can we do this? And they've kind of been told, Mark's now been explicit. Yes, you can do it. And then B, now they can, in recruiting, say this exists. That is the concrete part of the issue. I'm glad Mark came on. He articulated it better than I have, obviously, because he knows more about it. But the issue is not that guys can't get money. The issue is not promising money because UK is not going in that direction. The issue is that having a pool of money, letting the boosters know they can do it. I think a lot of boosters have felt like they were told they couldn't do it. And then when it's done, being able for the coaches to point to it. I think Mark was hesitant probably to talk about that. That's why I didn't go into it. But that is the issue. So a lot of you have been writing me. What's the issue? That's the issue. I'm glad he articulated it well. Now we know, and we'll talk more about who's doing that and some other stuff when we return. This is KSR.